A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this reading, pick a card reading that I'm doing today. And interestingly, I would be using tarot deck, I would be using Kipper, I would be using chakra and also the ancestor deck. Now, how I will do this is you guys can think about a situation and you guys can think about whatever is happening in your head space or in your heart space, and I will start with pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3, and I will also mention the timings as I did in the last video, in the last pick a card video, and then that's it. Whatever pile you choose, A, B, C or 1, 2, 3, that's the one for you. So mentally, while I'm doing all this, like shuffling the cards and talking to you guys, you can mentally think of whether you want to go ahead with pile 1, 2 or 3. Like you can do that right away, even before I do the spread. And because it's very tough to kind of, make the video by showing you just the table and the cards, I think I prefer it more like this, because this way I don't get distracted by the camera angle or my own hands coming in between. I will show you guys whatever is important and whatever is required, and I'll tell you right away which pile I'm going to talk about, which pile starts from where. Okay, there are 3 piles here. Beautiful cards, they look so nice, love them. Ancestor cards are very big, but they're very beautiful. Like the imagery, the pictures, the message is very beautiful. So this is a very cool reading, guys, and please subscribe to this channel and show your support, because guys, my content is totally based on inner work and the truth of twin flame journey. And we know people on this planet right now, you would see like lots of readings are happening. However, they are very generic and they are very random also. And there are so many people with the sun signs like Aries and Pisces and Capricorn and Taurus and Leos. So when the readers talk about whatever's going to happen, they talk about a very large group. Obviously, there are like billions, 7 billion, 7, 8 billion people on this planet, right? So many people would have the same zodiac sign. So we are not doing these readings based on those things. We are doing this reading for people who are in the ascension journey, specifically people who are experiencing the star seed twin flame ascension journey, right? So we have these ancestor cards now here. And this is a special reading because I'm using 4 different decks. And that's how you actually get the best answers, when you have different types of decks. If you like the video, then like the video and do share your comments, your thoughts, your experiences, so that other people in the community who have been feeling that they're lonely and left out and there's no one like him, because that is something that happens to most people on ascension journey. That is something, it happens to a lot of them. And also be generous with the super thanks button that YouTube has recently introduced, and I was very happy with it. Otherwise, you have to like create a Patreon account. All of that is difficult sometimes to manage, especially when you have to do so many channelings, therapies are there, and yeah, for personal sessions, you can check out the description box and write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com when you're 100% sure. Same is for therapies. And also, my friends, I would like to let you know that you can get my book In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate, on Amazon Kindle. Only buy the Kindle copy, because we have to save paper, we have to save trees. The best way is to not spend money on paper books. I've stopped buying paper books long time back. Stopped it long time back. Unless like these cards I have to buy, because now I have only ebooks and I have a lot of audiobooks. I also use YouTube a lot, so it's fun. So now I have distributed the cards to the different decks. This is pile 1 or pile A, you can say. This is pile 2, pile B, or this is 3 or C. Okay. You can mentally think which one is yours, and I will start with the first pile, which is this one. Okay, so whatever your situation is, what I can see is that a lot of good things are going on for this person, to be very honest. This person has faced poverty in the past, but they have come out of it and they have become really smart with their work and business. And actually, they love their work. Whatever they do now, they love it. And it's a great way of keeping them happy in high vibrational energies. Their root chakra is very strong right now. Their foundation is very strong. And they are extremely, like right now, they are guided and they are gifted, and even the ancestors are watching them. So when the ancestors, like come into the same energies or harmonious energies, that's when it is someone, I know by reading the cards or by looking at these cards, that this is a person who has actually worked a lot on themselves. This is a person who's a genuine inner worker, because most of the cards are talking about how much they love their work and how much in balance they are. This is where they're headed to in future. They would be experiencing this energy, and this is literally, according to me, this is the best place to be in, because you've surrendered to source. You've given up all your doership. Like I said, I had shared a very nice channeling. And guys and girls, if you actually want to do inner work, then go and subscribe to my channel, Ramayana and Mahabharat Diaries. I'm thinking of changing a name to Inner Work, but the content would be metaphysics, and it would be from the world of Ramayana and Mahabharat, because these two books, these two epics are the best way you can learn and ascend, simply via storytelling. That's why they were created by the higher beings. These two books were actually created by Ganesha and Vyas. So, and the other one is by Valmiki, and Valmiki is actually the student. Guru of Valmiki is Narad Muni, and Narad Muni is a celestial being. So you can imagine, when we look at inner work and ascension, we look at three different cycles. Number one is golden age, number two is Treta, number three is Dwapar, and number four is dark ages, material age. In the golden age, the couple, the cardinal twin flame, that couple that represents the golden age is Shiva and Parvati. Okay. Treta, the cardinal twin flames are Ram and Sita. And then Dwapar, we have Krishna and Radha. Ramayana was also created. Actually, the first person who narrated Ramayana was Shiva himself. So Ramayana is such a story. The more you study it, the more you work on it, you will literally start ascending at a very higher, faster speed. And the sound Ram is a very high vibrational sound. It's also the sound of your solar plexus. So the more you chant Ram, the name of Ram, the more your vibration shifts from staying in low frequencies to high frequency. When in your heart you experience the coming together of Shiva and Shakti, Ram and Sita, Radha and Krishna, you will automatically be in union. That's how it works. So that's why via storytelling, it's a simple way to ascend, right? Listening to the story every day, bit by bit, connecting with the characters. Also, all these channelings that I'm doing, we are doing it because we want to cater to a specific crowd which is focused on inner work and ascension. They are not just listening to channelings for entertainment or intellectual entertainment. They are listening to channelings because they are looking for something deeper in these channelings, and that is connected to inner work. All right. So for this person from pile 1, this is a person who is actually on the path of inner work, and they are getting lots and lots of support. And as I can see the cards, all these cards are of a healed person. And look at it. Business wise, they are very good. They are supported by ancestor, the council of elders. They have the harmony between masculine and feminine. There are 2 white dogs which represent loyalty and purity and peace and whatnot. This is one of my favorite cards, and they have a little boy also over here. So this denotes a healed inner child. So healed inner child, healed DM and DF energies, they are, this person is someone who could be experiencing union right now. Yes. But they need to be careful with money. I'm being told that. And they need to be, also they need to be very grateful, and they need to give whatever they earn or whatever they make. They need to now focus on their mission work. Even from the chakra domain, you know, they are showing us recovery as a guidance, which means that you need to continue doing your inner work, you need to continue working on yourself, and you need to remember that there was a time when you were in very low energies, low frequencies, and there were so many people who stood up for you. Like, even if you did not know them, there were energies, maybe invisible energies, that gave you support, that gave you strength. So always remember that, and do everything by remaining humble. That's number one. Let me also read the fable of recovery. That would be really interesting to know the story behind this card. This recovery card is also talking about your sixth chakra. So we have 7 chakras, and the sixth one, this is more focused on. And it also represents our sixth sense and our intuition. So whosoever I'm channeling, this person has a very strong intuition. This person could also be a regular on this channel. They may have been listening to the content for a while, and they may have been working, and I can sense that they are at peace right now. They are no longer running or chasing. They are no longer wanting, wishing anything. They are just in simple thinking and high living kind of vibes, and they understand a lot more than what they used to. They can sense energies, they can read energies, and this person, according to me, should continue on their inner work and continue. They may be confused, like, should I continue, should I not continue? Yes, they have a fear of money also, even though they are making money, but they don't have that kind of faith that everything will be okay. If I continue my work, if I keep walking on the path that I'm walking on, everything will be fine. They don't have that faith yet, so they need to develop that faith. All right, you resonate more with the ancestors. Pain from our past unlocks the door of understanding. Legend says Greta wakes to, where is the card here? Greta wakes to find painful childhood memories all around her room. In the distance appears a huge wooden door with white light streaming through the keyhole. As Greta tries to gather up her painful memories, they melt and form the great lilac key. She places the key in the lock, and a wave of fear engulfs her. The door opens and the pain and fear recedes. Clarity comes that survival is no longer enough. Inspiration, once the key has been used to open the door, you will have a new way of living, one without keys. Where you're heading, there are no locks. Personal inquiry, is it time to recover a part of me that has been dormant? And am I ready to live an inspired future? Key ideas are facing fears, wounding is strength, courage to face pain, awakening greatness, and keywords are genuineness, regeneration, and understanding. So you can see that whatever I've said so far, it literally matches perfectly with this guidance. That's why I have so much faith on my masters, my spirit guides, and the cards, because they speak through the cards, and all the cards match perfectly well with whatever is happening. So whosoever it is, they have worked good amount of, like, they've done good amount of work on themselves, but there is still some work left, which will keep on happening. All right, now we have the ancestor message, and for the from the ancestor domain, they have shown me the sky father. Okay, and once again, you see this color is sort of purplish blue, very close to the sixth chakra, your Ajna chakra, third eye chakra card. This is a beautiful card. You see it's an eagle, and eagle is also the vehicle of Vishnu. And it is said that if an eagle touches your head, it basically means that you would be flying really high, you would be growing a lot, you will be very successful. So I see this card like that because of the eagle and because of the elderly person that sort of also represents someone from the council of elders. So the message is that trust your path. Trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the great father. Know that he is lovingly leading you forward. And Sky Father features in many religions and mythologies as the father god. He's the counterpart to the earth mother in many traditions. So this represents the universal powers that are masculine in essence, the energies that people have called out to and looked up to in times of need and gratitude. Sky Father personifies your relationship with the masculine energies of the divine and possibly a very powerful male or father figure too. Now, I want to say this to you guys that why do we talk so much about the masculine? Like some of the people might be thinking, yeah, there are so many messages for the masculine because see, when the masculine heals and recovers or develops his energy, it means the cycle is complete because the masculine always takes inspiration and learns from feminine. Feminine is the first one to step into something, to do something, and masculine then follows. But he will only follow gender wise, he or she, but energetically, masculine will only follow feminine when they are 100% sure that yes, she has actually. And it's not like a test because they've had so many runner chaser dynamic, like so many times coming and going. Every time he goes away, he thinks she's not good, she's a phony, and she's annoying and irritating, or I'm just so tired of this, I can't deal with this. But when he looks at her from a distance or he meets the karmics, he or she again, when the masculine collective, when they meet karmics, they go through the entanglement with karmics, then they realize that what I have is amazing, what I have is great. I'm not going to run away, I'm not going to escape, I'm not going to listen to anybody, and I'll make my own decision. But then they come back, then everything is okay, then again. So after so many cycles, finally feminine is also strong in her own power. She goes like, okay, I don't need anybody, I will heal my masculine and feminine both. So feminines currently on this planet are actually the healers for masculine collective because masculine collective and patriarchy is in worse situation. Feminine obviously is wounded, but patriarchy is like worst. Men really don't know like what are they supposed to do on this planet. So women, the feminine has to take control. Before the dark ages, it's masculine who run the show, and now in the age of ascension, it will be feminine who will run the show for sure. And that's why I'm very glad to pick this card as first in the first pile, because they clearly spoke about earth being the feminine and sky being the masculine. That's how it actually functions. And that's why masculine sort of is a protector, supports the feminine, and feminine is the nurturer because everything grows over there, right? And when you soar up, you go to the sky. So this is pile 1. Now let me move to pile 2 quickly. All right, people, so this is pile 2, and we have some very interesting cards. Actually, oops, I still haven't myself seen the cards. Okay, now I can't be included in these channelings because I know what pile stands for what. So what I'm being shown about this person is that first of all, they have gone through huge heartbreaks in life. For pile number 2, this person has gone through huge amount of heartbreaks, and they've learned a lot through these heartbreaks because these heartbreaks led them to do inner work. But they need to be more patient because they keep looking at the inner work, or they keep looking at their life, and they're looking for something more substantial, like they want the, you guys should see what's happening here. Look at them playing and messing the whole room and making so much noise. Chesfer, Chesfer, be quiet, let me do the reading please. They can't be quiet, but they've still like little bit silence they've maintained. So this person is like looking at the inner work and like where has it reached, where have I reached, and what have I done. Like they are getting a bit impatient, but I would like to tell you guys that this person needs to release the fears. This is what came from the chakra guidance. They need to release. I'll explain that part because the future is very bright for them. The future is very, very bright for this person. And so yeah, from this place, they're gonna reach this place. And they will only do it via inner work. There is no other way for this person. I think I could be channeling a female here who has the stronger feminine energy. It could be possible, but it could apply to any gender, whichever gender, whichever person resonates with it. My intuition was telling me that, because the way this inner work is being shown to me, I'm talking on those bases. So this is actually a good progression. If you look at it from progression point of view, it's actually going in the right direction. Like, this is how it is actually, to be honest. So from heartbreaks to learnings to inner work to looking, so presently this is where they are. Presently they are a little bit impatient. They want some proof, they want some validation, but please understand, whosoever resonates with this journey is never going to like work if you look for physical proofs, or if you are looking at the time, or if you're comparing with other people, like they have done this, they have achieved it, what about me? Because this journey is not about what happens in the 3D world, because they are not concerned with the 3D world. They're going in the higher dimension. Once you're in the higher dimension, you'll not say, oh, what's happening in 3D. That's just not naturally, also it's not possible. But if you figure this whole thing out, you will be in union for sure. For sure. Okay. Now, Kipro card has also given a very good sign for this person, house. And basically, house is a card that denotes a lot of goodness. It denotes this person success, luxury, success, security, because actually house denotes security. Like, we can go back to our home even after a hard day at work, even after meeting a lot of people. This is the place where we rest at. This is the place where our family is, our loved ones are, our pets are at. And the picture denotes a really fancy house, like a very fancy house, and there's a full moon. It's not really a full moon, but it looks like a full moon. To me, it looks like a full moon, but the imagery can be like decoded. But we are not going to that. We just see like it's a well lit house, it's a well lit property. You can see all the lights and all. So it's a very maintained property. And it is telling me that the person has really, like, they're really into it. They're really into it. This is sort of future success that I'm looking at of this person. Okay. Before I tell you the fable of the chakra card, I do want to say one thing, that every time I see this type of a card, I know that this person has real lessons, because they have gone through like major betrayal, and betrayal can come from any place. It can come from friends, it can come from lovers, it can come from family members, it can come from workplaces, it can come from anybody you've trusted. So many people have stabbed a dagger in their heart, and still they have been very strong. They've not been a failure. They've not like sat down and cried and all. They've done inner work. The only thing is that they have just been questioning the inner work too much in present situation. It can happen to anyone. Sometimes it's bad health, sometimes it's just financial crisis or anything. But I think their future is very bright, because their lessons are, from the roots, basically. These lessons can never fail a person. And I think we all come here on planet Earth to genuinely learn only the lessons, because planet Earth is a school of ascension, and every single person here has to be like one of the most hardworking, diligent, devoted student, because this is a temporary world and it's a temporary place. No matter how real it looks like, the illusion is real, but otherwise they're all trying to tell us that it's all temporary, it's not gonna last forever. So just make your most out of it. Don't get scared by rejection or failures. And thus, this person's card is release. And because it's gray in color, it is talking about the seventh chakra, the most important crown chakra. When the 1,000-petaled lotus opens up, crown chakra is basically denoted with the 1,000-petal lotus, the rose. Actually, it's a lotus. When all of it blooms, your crown chakra is booming, like it's open. All your chakras are working now. Everything is working fine, everything. And the chakra energy, it actually creates the Markaba, basically. So we're all working here. All the people who've come here, some of you would reach probably the avatar self if you really a star seed. That's why I tell you guys that first your twin flame energy activates and then your star seed energy activates. That's how it works. And again, this information will not be given to you anywhere, I guess. But in future, this information will become the actual information. So twin flame, with the help of your twin flame ascension, your masculine and feminine will come into balance, and that will unlock the star seed potential and energies. Then we combine the both, and then we do our mission work. And we mission work should start like whenever, but when it starts, it actually becomes better and better when the blending energies happen or when the surrender stage appears. That's when people usually give up on all the worldly desires and worldly stuff and worldly stupidities, and they go like, okay, now I'm gonna just follow what my soul wants me to do. And then they start using the body as their device, and they start taming their mind. So they use the mind also as a tool, and they learn to use the body also as a tool. Once you reach this stage, your mind and body cannot rule you anymore. You become the boss of your mind and body, not the other way around. So I can no longer keep your secrets. The legend is, this is the card. Nikita cuts through the graveyard. That's Nikita. She cuts through the graveyard as she rushes home in the wind and rain. She's terrified when Shadow Grey Storm appears and speaks in her own voice, repeating painful things she had said to herself and others. It's all your fault. I'll never forgive any one of you. As she listens in the rain to her own words, she learns it is she who has been making herself miserable. She leaves the graveyard with a changed heart, ready to forgive herself and others. Inspiration, this is about personal responsibility and release of blame. It's time to clear the debris and move on. You cannot move forward if you continue to hide. Personal inquiry, this indicates healing family of origin issues. Am I ready to face my past and let go? Key ideas, release, dwelling on past, righteous anger, change in consciousness, judgment day, seeing clearly, hidden truth, great discovery, keywords, healing, remission and integration. Now, according to me, somehow I feel these two go together because the future is very bright and future is very bright for this person. Look at both these cards. Amazing, right? But in this case, I think the guidance goes to the present situation where the person is doing inner work. All right. And then from the ancestors, we have the Shield Maiden. Again, a very beautiful card with great artwork, picture work. This is the Shield Maiden, very strong divine feminine energy, and she focuses on making plans and then focus. Like we all have wonderful ideas sometimes, but there is no point getting brilliant ideas but not being able to work on it. This is the card, and let's see what the Shield Maiden has to say. It's a beautiful card. Now have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. So basically, what the message is by the ancestors to this person, whosoever is resonating, to all of you with this file, that you need to first do your homework, you need to do your research work fully, you need to create like a project map, an idea of what you're planning to do, just in case you're planning to do something. I mean, that's also coming in the reading because this person is doing a lot of inner work also. So they could be working on some projects and some ideas, they could be working on building resources. So whatever you plan to do, the Shield Maiden is here to tell you that you need to have a plan or a strategy in place. The Shield Maiden is the female knight in shining armor. In Viking traditions, women were seen as equal to men. Even in Sanatan Dharam, women are seen equal as men, and that's why with every god we have goddesses. We equally pray. When we pray to gods and goddesses, we don't say, okay, God is better or goddess is not better or goddess is better, God is no. We don't have that. Every god has a certain department that they take care of. And in fact, I'll say it, we do worship and pray the feminine goddess much more. Unfortunately, in today's world, there are lots of atrocities happening on little girls, little children, which is a really sad thing. But I am very much positive that now that the dark ages are over and the negative entities or the asuras, they don't have that much control. The materialistic control or the materialistic reality will soon fade away. and we will see big changes in times to come, and it will be the feminine that will be back in her power. As per the Viking tradition, they used to join the men and the men warrior in the loots and in the plunders, and all these activities that men warriors, male warriors used to do. All right, so she brings in a fiercely feminine energy, the power to be a warrior while retaining feminine sensitivity. She's ready to put a plan into action. She's ready to go into battle. I told you guys, I do sense strong feminine energy in this particular pile. I don't know why I said that, but looking at all the cards, even when you look at the guidance card, there is feminine energy here. Even you look at the ancestors talking about this energy, ancestors also are giving a message via the shield maiden. So there is definitely some feminine cool energy going on in this particular card, right? Or this pile, I would say. Her medicines help us move beyond any unsettled feelings when our plans start to take shape and follow through with our strategies in order to be where we want to be. You're a sensitive being, and if you're not prepared for the task you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. So the ancestor guidance that's coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior heart. And I am so sure that most people in the twin flame ascension journey or star seed ascension journey, we are all spiritual warriors. We are all working for the divine force, right? So stay focused and let the guides help you. Always take help from the guides. That is the best way to go ahead in this journey. So that was pile number 2, and now we enter the pile number 3 or C. We keep this aside. Past, present, future. Oh wow, unexpected income. Beautiful cards. Facade. All right. So let's see what's there. Wow. This is definitely for someone who's in active mission work, or it could be somebody who has literally grown exponentially. So now, even in their past, they had disharmony, discord, arguments, fights, anger, frustration, lots of things, separation, not being able to sleep all night. And even though you feel that this card looks like the moon, but I also see the sun and moon both in this. So from all the discord and disharmony, lack of joy, this person has actually presently moved to a very peaceful place, and you can see that they have a much like a wider or a larger perspective of the world. Earlier they were stuck in small little things. Now they have broadened their horizon and they can look at the bigger picture. Now the moment you start looking at things from a periphery, from a bird's eye view, or from a bigger, like a bigger stance, that's when things become more clear to you, and that's when timing doesn't matter to you. Because maybe for all the other people on planet Earth who are living a three-dimensional life, who are stuck in those low frequency energies, for them time is a very big factor. Oh, if you turn 30 you should do this. Oh, when you turn 35 you should do this. 40 you should do this. But for ascensioners, that's clearly not the case. They've got nothing to do with age and time. And this is also something that they learn via the twin flame ascension, when they start seeing union, or when they start forgiving people, and when you actually start from where you had left, you realize that time really did not work the way it works for other people. And that's why most people in the twin flame ascension journey, they look very young, they look very youthful. I've seen people who are in their 50s and 60s and 70s and they look so damn young. You could really literally say that they're probably in their 30s, early 30s, or maybe late 20s for some people. It's really difficult to, most of them are child women and child, the concept of child woman and child man. These type of men and women, they always look like very young all the time. So some of them have those genes and qualities, or they are born to father and mother from whom they get those genes. Like they get the skin from the mother, they'll get the hair from the best of both worlds actually comes to these people. So I think you should all listen to the whole video if you can, because the whole video has so much information and wisdom. Again, the wisdom and information is literally not coming through me. It's coming through our spirit guides and masters and our watchers, our angels, benevolent ETs that take care of us, and all the gods and goddesses who are working with so many people right now. When I say so many, even 1.5 million is a lot to work with right now, because these are the people who will push the earth through awakening. In fact, 2020 also happened because of the pain of these people. So many people were in pain before 2020. All those people who were going through spiritual awakening because everything was so difficult outside. Boom, 2020 happened and so many people came to their senses. Even the 3D people, they were like, oh my god, we're running after crazy things, we're running after temporary things. Life is so unpredictable, anything can happen anytime. So people started shifting their notions and behaviors. Like, I know before 2020, if we would go out and feed the street animals or do something nice for environment, people would come and irritate you for sure. But after 2020, they've got a soul shock themselves. And now when somebody comes to bother you, like I had this experience. I was one day feeding the dogs and some guy came in. He was like this huge 6 feet 4 inches tall kind of guy, and he started telling me, why you feeding the dogs and all. And I got so angry. I was like, I literally lost my mind, and I was like, dude, you got no business to tell me who am I feeding on the street. The street does not belong to you. You're not the owner of the streets. You own your house. I'm not entering your house and feeding someone. Like, there are people, they have problem if you feed in the parks, they have problem, but those people are not there anymore. A lot of people who were abusing animals and they were cruel to animals, they did not make it through the COVID scenario, because animals actually create extremely positive energy and they create a lot of protection for the people who take care of them. So they protected a lot of people who were feeding them. And obviously, if you're stepping out of your house when there are curfews and everything is shut down, but you've taken like special permissions to go out and feed the street animals, you no longer care about yourself, and that makes you a more powerful person. My master says this: those who take care of others, God takes care of them. So it works. And as I said, that this person is progressing towards even better frequencies. This is what their future is. Look at the future. What an amazing card. This person is a giver. They are giving to the right people who need it. Like, this is one place every ascensioner has to reach. You need to know who are you doing the mission work for, because, again, from personal experience, lots of people pretend to be victims. Lot of people pretend to be like very sad. Lot of people try to gain sympathy. They may not be actual victims. So with the help of inner work, you figure out who's actually a victim and how to deal with them, what to give to them, whether it's money or motivation or love, or what is exactly that they need. So this person, whosoever I'm channeling for right now, reading for, they will be really good. And money, they will earn a lot of money. They will be in really good place. Look at the clothes, look at the the gown, the red gown, again denoting sacral root chakra. And as per the Kipper's card, they will also be getting unexpected income, and they will get a lot of divine help to continue their mission and be able to create resources for their mission. So what a wonderful like reading for this person. From the chakras, we got facade, and it's yellow in color. So I would request whosoever resonates with this, please focus on solar plexus, which is your third chakra. Try to chant Ram sound as much as you can. Well, Ram sound is for everybody, because Ram sound is capable of opening all of your chakras, your Sushumnas, your Nadis. It is such a magical sound. As Shiva has said to Parvati, Ram Ram Ramate, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasra Nam Tatulyam, Shri Ram Nam Varnane. So this name Ram Nam is equal to 1,000 names of Vishnu. That's the power of the sound. Very, very high vibrational sound. Even if you lovingly take it few times in a day, you'll feel the shift. Then we have Earth Mother coming from the ancestor domain, and it's a beautiful card. I just love this card. It's so beautiful. I mean, seriously, Earth Mother is looking gorgeous. And the main message is feel loved and comforted. So if you look at all the cards, they actually point in this direction only. So it's very interesting that the ancestor cards and the chakra cards are literally aligned with the reading. Like, that's what I love. So thank you, Source. Thank you, Masters, and thank you, Spirit Guides, and thank you, Lord Sri Ram and Sita. And all of you people, go ahead and subscribe to Ramayana and Mahabharata Diaries right away, because lots of content on inner work and metaphysics will be given to you, which you need on this journey. Okay, so let's read the message coming for people who chose this pile from Earth Mother. It's a beautiful card, isn't it? Okay. So allow yourself to be cherished. Earth Mother is protecting you with the shield of love and light. Earth Mother is the female counterpart to Sky Father. So we had Sky Father. So that's why I'm saying this reading, this session is literally blessed, because we had Sky Father and Earth Mother, both divine masculine and feminine, sacred divine masculine and feminine, in the same reading, in the same session. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you read it, whenever you listen to it, whenever you go through it, this is gonna work at any time. So thank you, Sky Father, and thank you, Sky Mother, for being present in the same session. Wow, thank you. So Earth Mother is the female counterpart to Sky Father. It's auspicious to receive this card, because in the eyes and heart of Earth Mother, you are her child. You are her child. And she's highly protective of her baby. Look at her. She's pregnant right now. And if you have, I don't know if you've heard it or not, the last session which I shared on Ramayana and Mahabharata Diaries, which is titled as Golden Information for Seekers and Lovers. This is exactly what I had said in that channeling. So this is bizarre and so cool that I get to pick the Earth Mother card today itself, where I was saying that all of you are actually universes. Every single person is a universe. Every single person is Earth itself. And that's why we are surrounded by the planets and the star system. And the detailed description is given in that particular session. So I would urge you to listen to it 2-3 times at least, so that if you skip anything, you don't skip it basically. So Earth Mother for you guys. Yeah. So she is highly protective of her baby and will give everything you need to grow and expand. So have complete faith on Earth Mother. She will provide you. Not only she is nurturing you, but because she is in union, harmony with Sky Father, especially for this channeling as well, they will both give you everything. They'll give you the protection, they'll give you the and the nurturing, the love, whatever you need. So just be in those energies that you get it all, okay? Earth Mother is only covered by leaves in this card, showing the vulnerability of Earth. Every day she experiences challenges that she has to adapt to try and overcome. Her energy, represented by a symbol of pagan triple goddess, maiden mother and crone behind her, can help you adapt as changes of life come your way. So this is also a good sign for anyone who's thinking that I don't have enough guidance and they're feeling low and sad and stuck. This is literally your answer, that you're not low, sad and stuck anymore, because you got the Earth Mother. You got your mother, okay? When you heal your mother energy, when you heal the paternal and maternal narcissistic blocks, you can then channel the Divine Mother, and you can also have her by your side always. This sacred love connection, you're being guided to make choices that are based on love. Beautiful, isn't it? This is from the Earth Mother, and now we have Facade, which is from the chakra domain. So Donald cries very bitterly, feeling very bad that he did not have that father figure, or he did not have that proper family that he wanted. And at the very end of his life, on the way to heaven, he stopped at the park and finally reclaimed the inner child that he had left behind many years before. So we should also reclaim that inner child before it's too late. So what they're trying to tell you is that if you're unhappy in your relationships, you may be relating with other people through a false sense of duty. Like sometimes we are taking care of people when it's not even required. We over pamper them, we nurture them too much. It's not needed. But we are doing it because we are wounded within, and we want to like sort of fill that gap. And it could also be an addiction pattern for a lot of people, due to which they will attract others also who are sort of looking for people who can take care of them, if you know what I mean. So give up being something that you're not. Don't force yourself to do things, chores, routines, or taking care of people when you don't really want to do it. You can just let it be. And personal inquiry is bronze god is about reclaiming life. What have I done to heal my childhood pain? Most of your pain is coming from childhood. You may not know it because sometimes we repress our memories, sometimes we repress a lot of trauma because we want to continue living, but it is still there, so it needs to go, it needs to be healed. So on this note, I think we have covered all the three piles. It was a wonderful session. I truly loved it. And as I said, if you enjoyed, if you resonate, then be generous with super thanks. And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to continue doing your inner work. And remember, ascension is a lifestyle. I will see you soon in another one. Till then, one love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.